check in with you guys and quiet the noise. It's been a lot of reports, a lot of people saying a lot of different things, but you guys know the truth. And yes, I'm excited. I'm looking forward to next year. The process of getting better start right now. Thank you guys for staying positive and spreading that great energy with me all year. I'm extremely grateful, extremely humble. Try to give you guys entombment of the locker room. Apologize sincerely that I caught it in an awkward moment when my coach was talking, but it didn't mean no harm. I just surely want to show you guys the process and the fulfillment of winning big football games and being excited.
That was Antonio Brown going live on Facebook again today, this time not so controversial, CT. He had a rough ending to his 2016 season. Of course, the Facebook Live incident. And then the reports that the Steelers were frustrated that he only cared about stats. So there's a little bit of uncertainty of what's going to come for Brown. But there's also some speculation that Ben Roethlisberger may retire. Which do you think is more likely to happen? Roethlisberger retire or Antonio Brown get traded?
And we like to create these scenarios. I don't think either is going to happen. I think that Big Ben is going to come back, and I think Antonio Brown will remain with the Pittsburgh Steelers. But I do like this hypothetical scenario, and which one is more likely? I would say that would be the wide receiver Antonio Brown gets traded. When you look at the Pittsburgh Steelers history, Super Bowl 43 MVP Santonio Holmes, they parted ways with him when he was still a very good player. Plaxico Burress, who did some great things for the Pittsburgh Steelers, they parted ways with him as well. You can get a lot back for Antonio Brown. He's got a high value on the trade market. And when you look at what he did with the Facebook Live video, it wasn't just a distraction. He absolutely embarrassed his coach. Mike Tomlin just put him out there, his speech being broadcast to millions of viewers. So now Tomlin has to come out and apologize for something that should have never been out there in the first place. He was trying to get his team fired up and ready to go for the New England Patriots. So Tomlin has to apologize for the mess that Antonio Brown created. When you're the coach, and you are no nonsense guy like Mike Tomlin, that is something that is going to be hard for him to get over. I don't think they trade Antonio Brown, but for this scenario, I could see Antonio Brown possibly going somewhere else because he's also been a guy who chases stats. He's also been a guy who's been very upset about his contract and been very vocal. He is underpaid. I believe he gets paid maybe $4 million or so per season. He's held out for training camp. So he's had some issues. He hasn't been a model citizen. So maybe they decide to get something for him. I don't think that they do, but that's more likely than Big Ben retiring. He's coming back because the Steelers are in a position to compete for a Super Bowl.
That first conversation between Mike Tomlin and Antonio Brown had to have been awkward, right?
I'm telling you, I wish I could have been a fly on the wall.
Can we Facebook Live that conversation?
Because
that's what we want to see.
When we heard Tomlin discussing the incident, I could see the steam coming out of his head. He could not contain how upset he was. I'm sure that the paint was peeling off the wall. I said it before. I wouldn't be surprised if he threw a chair. Like Tomlin to me seems like a real emotional and passionate coach. And when your player betrays your trust like that, that's very hard to deal with.
Yeah, and I said, hey, stop Facebook Living, but apparently he can't. I didn't know he had a deal with Facebook Live.
Absolutely. When Facebook Live was first trying to get people to promote that, they chose Michael Phelps, the swimmer. Antonio Brown was another guy who got chosen. So he got paid initially $244,000. That was the report by Fox Business. And then Ian Rappaport has reported that Facebook has a contract with Antonio Brown. So whereas some people might see what he did today as him being contrite and apologizing, I think that's just part of the money grab.
Drive the numbers up.
Drive the numbers up, more viewers, and I don't think it's slowing down. They asked him after the Facebook Live incident, does he have a contract with Facebook? And he said that's top secret. And then they asked him, will you stop, going live? And he was like, you have to wait and see. Never at any point did he say he was going to stop it, and he won't because he's getting paid.
Yeah. He's not going to.
Absolutely.
So don't listen to me, Antonio Brown. I guess get your dollar bill.